Shout out to all the public defenders, okay? So I had to, sorry folks, I had to switch it up a little bit here. I had to switch it up. I know I said 8:30 p.m. Well, circumstances changed, okay? Circumstances changed. So I did not want to miss a day. So because I don't want to miss a day, I decided to just have the live earlier, okay? Shout out to all folks that I in long distance relationships, okay? And then I just need everybody to know that I did 50 big. In the words of the fine Fani Willis, all right? 50 big. In any event, we are obviously still on Nathan Wade's genitals. So because we're still on his genitals, we're gonna go out here and pretty much carry on from where we left off. It's gonna take a while. As far as tonight, though, I can only we have Real Thing, baby. Real Thing changed her name to Voice of Reason. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Real Thing. I'm sorry, I had to switch up the times a little bit. Things beyond my circumstances occurred, and I would like to spend the rest of my night telling my man sweet nothings. All right. So, in any event, shout out to all folks in long distance relationships. So it's crazy that I actually immediately recognized that this was a real thing. But I love it, love it, love it. All right, folks, let's get in here. As far as tonight's concerned, I can only do an hour. So we're looking at like possibly 8 p.m. I could possibly do 8:10, 8:15, but after that, baby, I need to go. Okay, I need to go. So let's get back into here. And Greg, if you're in here, I need tech guidance. If you're in here, please let me know. I have a question. I have a question. I have a question. Oh, by the way, going back to the debate, okay? Debate, discussion that Jasmine and I were having. Jasmine and I are always going back and forth. So I was watching, or let me say we were watching Queen and Slim today, the movie. Is Lena Waithe? Shout out to Lena Waithe. Shout out to all lesbians, okay? I know I give shout out to everybody. Shout out to Walmart. In any event, so we watched Queen and Slim today, the movie. All right. I I'd seen the trailer. I'd seen the trailer many years back. Big 50 big, baby. 50 big. All right. What's up, old bag? So I watched Queen and Slim today. All right. I'd watched the trailer many years back. I was like, okay, that looks like something that's worth watching, but I'm not a movie person. I'm not a movie person. Um, Documentaries are my thing. Law and crime, that's my thing. But my man, he likes movies. All right. So, you know, uh, he convinced me to watch this Queen and Slim movie today. So what was interesting is that here's the plot. I'm making this stuff up. I was about to cuss. I'm making this stuff up as I go along. If that's not the real plot, well, here's what I got from it. So it's a movie about an attorney that goes on a date with a young man. I don't actually know what this man does. I don't know what Slim does, but you know, I think her name was. I guess it's Queen. Um, she goes on a date with this guy, and then they get pulled over. Improper traffic stop, according to me. Stuff goes down. She was reaching for a cell phone. Officer takes her out. No, not takes her out. Officer shoots her in the leg or thigh. And then this date, takes the officer's gun and basically just, murks the guy. So they're on the run or whatever. In any event, they had this whole discussion. At least what I got from this movie that related to our debate last night, or Jasmine and I's debate last night. Um, Again, it goes back to the image or perception that black folks have to be a certain way. Okay, so Slim asks Queen, "Are you a good lawyer?" And she says, "I'm an excellent lawyer." She obviously okay. Here's the dialogue. So Slim, "Are you a good lawyer?" Queen, I'm an excellent lawyer. Slim, why do black people always feel the need to be excellent? Why can't we just be ourselves? You can go look it up. I I did not make that up. As much as I wish I did not actually make that up. But again, it's that debate of the way that black folks, not only that black folks want other black folks to be perceived. And again, I know this is not a movie review, but let me say this quickly. So as I was watching this movie, because obviously we talk about accents, we talk about accents a lot on this channel, right? Because everybody's trying to figure me out. In any event, as I was watching the movie, it was very clear that Daniel was able to me that sounded like an American accent. I don't know where in America, but that sounded very American. As for Jody though, I'm like, there's something there. There was a twang somewhere there. I'm like, I'm not completely convinced that that is an American accent, but so far I would like to believe that English actors that have, I guess they've received some really good training. Daniel for sure. And then we have, who's the guy that played in Snowfall? I forgot. Idris something. Anyways, let's get back on let us get back on Nathan Wade's genitalia. All right. By the way, there's a high-speed chase going on in Los Angeles right now. I don't know how it ended because my kid took my phone, so I don't have my phone. And I don't want to live stream it here because I don't know if I have the capability of live streaming because I just don't want them to shut my stuff down. But there's a high-speed chase going down. I don't know how it's going to end. All right, let's get back in here, though.
No, but we didn't stay the night there. But I guess people would consider.
All right, let me just go back a little bit.
Like it was close to Mother's Day. Around May 50th. And then Napa Valley, we went around May. I don't know the date.
Yeah, I want to go to Napa Valley. I don't know. Jasmine, let's go to Napa Valley. Let's go taste some wine.
But it seems to me like it was close to Mother's Day.
All right.
And those are the only trips? Oh.
Hey, Love. Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Everybody say hi to Love. She has come back. And listen, shout out to all my co-consuls. And shout out to Flesh of the God Raiders. Is that what you guys call yourselves? Big shout out to everybody.
So that the record is complete. I can remember one time driving to where were we? South Carolina, and we met my sister for lunch with her man.
I'm sorry, I cannot. I cannot take this testimony seriously. She said, "What? Like." I don't know. Fulton County is not a real place.
I can remember one time.
I'm trying to figure out. I know I should not be pausing. I should not be pausing this much, especially considering that we can only go an hour tonight. And Laugh, if you are just joining, I had to move this up early because I'm doing 50 big tonight. Okay, it's my man's birthday, and I'm going 50 big. So I just had to move it up because I don't want to miss. I did not want to miss a live. I know. Yeah, I like over explaining. Let me leave it right there. Okay, let's get back.
Time driving to where were we? South Carolina, and we met my sister for lunch with her man.
Not old bag in the van. And I love old bag. I love your profile picture, by the way.
But we didn't stay the night there, but I guess people would consider that a trip if you drive somewhere and you come back. That was insane because it was like
I appreciate the love. Laugh.
5 hours to drive. You. We ate lunch and we drove right back. I can remember driving to
doing that.
And
South Carolina. Laugh, FYI, Real Thing changed her name to Voice of Reason, obviously for good reasons.
And we met my sister for lunch with her man. We didn't stay but we didn't stay the night there. But I guess people would consider.
And I'll share the link in case anybody wants to come up.
Consider that a trip if you drive somewhere and you come back. That was insane because it was like 5 hours to drive. We ate lunch and we drove right back.
This is hard.
I can remember driving to some little town in Georgia. I don't even know where I was. I had never been there before or after. There's some boat you can get on over to, and they're like,
I'm sorry, you guys. I cannot take I cannot take Funny seriously. This is just, I don't know. Somebody needs to take control of, I mean, obviously this is not live, but I just think that somebody should have taken control of this testimony because, again, the director allowed her to take over and the judge had no control of, this testimony.
Like a slave thing, if that gives anyone any reference, we didn't do that.
Girl, so
I
why?
remember doing that.
Why is it relevant?
I remember driving one time to Charlotte. We had lunch with one of my very close girlfriends. And again, we drove to Charlotte, met my girlfriend for lunch, and drove right back. So that's a trip. We didn't stay the night there, but I just want to be complete in my testimony.
Thank you, Lap. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Drove someplace, had lunch, drove back.
All right. Look at Lap. Okay, hit the like buttons, you guys. I know I don't do a good job of that, but here's my thing. I'm laid back. I would like to assume that if folks like what they see, they'll like the video. And if they like to come back, they subscribe. But thank you.
Whether driving someplace distant for lunch and coming back to Charlotte to see a girlfriend, to meet my sister.
Old bag. Listen, old bag. I'll leave it at that.
In South Carolina. We went by
I just need you to know that I'm doing it 50 big, 50 mother, big.
So when I told you about that remote place in Georgia, we could have driven someplace else and had lunch and came back. But that's all that comes to my recollection right now.
What's up, Brooklyn?
There could have been another place we drove and had lunch. My security team was very clear to me. I'm not to be out and about in Atlanta without them. And so for me to do something just very normal that a normal person would.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely took over. She just took over the entire proceeding. So it must be intentional, I suppose. But even if it's intentional, I think that Ashley, considering that she's the one that called her, she should have had better control of this witness. And Brooklyn, what is funny in the news for?
Get to do if they weren't prosecuting this case, I got to drive 4 hours.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Your security detail, did they take you
and old bag is something
from your house?
They take so I haven't been able to enjoy my home
condo. I'm sorry.
What do you mean by salad?
March
where you lay your head. Do they take you to and from where you lay your head?
99% of the time.
Would they take Mr. Wade to and from?
All right, hit the like button, you guys. You heard laugh.
Wherever you laid your head.
That has never in the history of ever happened. Ever. Okay.
Your security team has.
All right, let's go to Voice of Reason. Voice of Reason says, I really need my glasses, but I also don't want to mess up. So Voice of Reason says, to answer your question, Black people are taught and conditioned to work harder than others. We must be excellent, strive for greatness, and exceed all expectations to be successful and taken seriously. All right. Okay. And then Ken says, I can't believe this thing is... What? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let me play this again. Oh, who's Ken? Who's Ken? Oh, shout out to Ken.
My house. That's a lie.
That's another if they've ever taken him in.
And I'm telling you that that's never happened.
So your security team has never taken
Mr. Wade. My security team has never taken Mr. Wade from any place where I have lived and brought him here. Never. Not once. Not ever.
All right. So I don't know. Is this, or maybe it might be a large city thing because, or maybe it depends on circumstances. In the offices that I have worked in, I'm trying to remember if the DAs had, a security detail. I don't think so. Maybe one, but okay.
Have they ever taken the two of you together?
To where?
Anywhere.
Well, we've left this building and for going to lunch, but I go to lunch so rarely that is a very rare occasion. I am sure.
Listen, old bag, I'm not gonna answer your question directly, but use that information as I don't know. Just know that I'm doing it 50 big. All right.
And let me be clear, it wouldn't just be Mr. Wade.
I have my thought outfit ready and everything. So I have my she-in outfit.
So I'm sure my security team has taken me to lunch. Probably been a time I've left here 7 o'clock, going to get something to eat. And
yeah, I did not want to say anything, but Brooklyn corrected me. Brooklyn corrected me. I believe it was yesterday, and I was not going to reveal his gender, but for him outing himself. So there we have it. It's a boy. It's a boy.
I don't even know that they would have taken him or if he would have driven himself, but they've taken me to do that. But we're talking very few.
Yeah, I agree, voice. It's just you know how I am. I try to give folks the benefit of the doubt. So yeah.
Very far in between. Most days I don't even eat lunch. And when I do, it's because my assistant has heated up some bags.
What on earth? I just cannot believe this judge let all of this go on.
7 o'clock, going to get something to eat. And I don't even know that they would have taken him or if he would have driven himself, but they've taken me to do that. But we're talking very few, very far in between. Most days I don't even eat lunch. And when I do, it's because my assistant has heated up some.
Big shout out to Jasmine. I don't think Jasmine's here. If she was, I mean, sometimes she's in the bushes, okay? I do not know how to tell who's here, but Flesh of the Gods will, he'll he'll help me. He'll guide me through this YouTube thing. And so will Greg. So yeah, I'm one of those people that have to read terms and conditions. Okay. That's also why I did not monetize the channel, even though I have enough views and subscribers. But I need to read terms and conditions. I need to know what I'm getting myself into. So yeah, I don't know how to tell how people are here, but shout out to Jazzy though.
Bag something and I eat through meetings and eat in my office. It's not a practice of mine to go to lunch.
During the time period.
All right, so Jasmine, obviously, when you're watching this, if it's a replay, all right, a laugh, always have fun. She wants to tell you hello and that she loves you, all right?
Meeting, would your security team ever take you two together anywhere?
No.
Never.
If there was a lunch that occurred that I just described,
all right, Brooklyn, I'm going to take a look into this because before this, I was doing it 50 big, but besides that, I was following the high-speed chase out of Los Angeles, and then I watched Star for a little bit. I don't know if he's still alive, but I watched Star for a little bit.
There was a meal that occurred that I just described. Anything outside of that?
Congratulations, Brooklyn.
And it needs to be very clear. Not often, once, twice, because I want to be
laugh. That is, listen, when I'm trying to be a little thoughty and trying to save a little money, I'm trying to save my coin. That's my spot. Okay.
Over inclusive. I'm saying once or twice. I'm not certain that it happened, but I'd rather be over inclusive.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken when
no.
Yeah, Brooklyn. She's just messing with you. She's just messing with you.
Object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused.
Let's go back. I remember this part, man. Old funny. All right, come on.
No. I object.
You see, this is Fani won't even allow the ADA to do his job or her job. I don't know. Somebody needed to control this. Let's just go back because I just cannot believe that this is even real. But okay, let's get into this.
I'm saying once or twice. I'm not certain that it happened, but I'd rather be over inclusive with you.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken when
no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was,
I remember this clip, but pretty much circulated during this time period. She said that girl's confused, and like I said, I just have not. I don't know. I don't know. This must be a Fulton County thing. I hope, or I just hope. I don't know, but we also don't want to see this mess ever again.
Or flights that you may have taken when Mr. Wade.
Well, no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was, do you have any problem?
I object to you getting any person.
I don't know. These people are making my head spin. Like they're making my head spin. And then Brooklyn says it was a good game as long as it lasted. I want this channel to make a big 50 big, baby. That's another sticker we need. We need a 50 big. My kid is my phone. I need to write this down. We need to cover different topics. Brooklyn, once I get to a good point, because December is really, really busy for me. Come Wednesday for sure, that's going to be a short live. Because on Thursday, I have a deposition, and the deposition starting very early, and they're sending some big shot lawyers from, I think it's Boston. So I have to be on my P's and Q's. Yeah, but eventually, once December's over, we will have time. I have a lot of video ideas. For me, the real problem is the editing. Okay, that's the real problem. The problem is the editing. But I will pre-record some videos. I'm probably not gonna edit the videos, and I'm just gonna upload. But we do have a lot to get into. Specifically when it comes to who's this? What's his name again? Luigi Mangione. I've given the case some thought. And I want to take a closer look at Karen Friedman Agnifilo, because obviously they do Legal AF. I mean, they're a serious YouTube channel, but I do enjoy their YouTube channel. They're serious lawyers over there. I mean, I'm serious sometimes, but you know, I like my style. I like my style. In any event, I want to take a closer look at that case, but from the perspective of, you know, affluenza, if that's a real defense, right? I don't know if you go back to, you know, the kid out of Texas, because he's the one. I don't want to say that he is the one that originally raised the affluenza defense, but I would like to think that it was popularized during his trial, right? I don't know if you remember, it was this is many years back. I believe that kid must have been 15 years old, and he got away with a murk. The defense argument was that he was he's from an affluent family, and his parents did not teach him right from wrong. That was really the defense, and he got off. And obviously, before Karen was retained, she was on a news media outlet. I want to say CNN, but I also don't want to be mistaken. I don't, you know, I think it was CNN though. But before she was retained, she went on CNN and she talked about how this case would probably be what was it? It was an insanity defense. I'm paraphrasing. I think that's what she said. I think it was going to be an insanity or not guilty by reason of a mental defect, something along those lines. So yeah, I want to take a deeper dive into it. But obviously, from the lawyer subreddits, the public defender subreddits, and even when I first heard about this case, I'm like, this is a good defense case. Obviously, I do not condone the alleged conduct. I do not condone the acts of gunning down a CEO or any person. You guys know how I feel about the death penalty. You know how I feel about people taking other people out. So I do not condone his actions. But if we are going to separate, again, factual truth from substantive truth, because criminal courts are not concerned with factual truth, all right? If we're going to make that distinction from as far as the law is concerned as a whole, that is a good defense case. Excuse me. Shout out to the replay crew. I'm trying to find the comments. Hold on. Okay, so Old Bag says, yeah, McAfee definitely needed to take control of the courtroom because I don't think Fani will climb out of this mess. Sustain Google the whistleblower. All right, I'll look into it. Look into it. And then Old Bag says, has anyone followed the woman who wrote the grief book for children because their dead blah 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 died? Turned out, yeah, I've followed the case here and there. My thing is though, excuse me, I'm gonna do a 50 big. I need to keep my voice. Need to, yeah, I've followed the case. Or here's because I think she chose to represent herself. Isn't her name Valerie something? Because I had that when I saw that was last week where they said she was going to represent herself, and I believe her dad and mom were implicated as accessories after the fact because they helped. It is alleged that they help clean up the scene or something along those lines. I need to get my facts together. We'll see how far I can go with that case because for me, I'm sensitive to I'm sensitive when it comes to cases that involve children to an extent, but at least in this case, I probably can't cover that case because it's not children that are victims. So I probably can cover that case. I probably can cover that case. But then again, what we're going to do, as I said, we're going to have to figure out a timeline because if I'm going to talk about an actual case, I'd like to think that I definitely should not be laughing, right? Because I shouldn't. You see, I cannot help myself, so it has to be pre-recorded. All right. So Old Bag says, "I like your style and I like the live." Yeah. So what I was thinking is that I can have a pre-recorded videos and maybe have a live after to have a discussion. Um, okay. Voice of Reason says, "Will you cover the former?" No. Will you cover? I really, really, really need to get my. I need to go get my glasses, but I have work tomorrow. So she says, "Will you cover the case against the former Brunswick, Georgia District Attorney Jackie Jackson and her interfere?" Oh yeah, yep. The defense attorney is Brian Steele. Again, that's a difficult case for me, but it is an important case. There's certain cases that are difficult for me to cover, and that's usually race based cases. But yeah, I'm definitely covering that case. I'm covering that case. Because they had hearings, I believe it was sometime last week. Brooklyn says January will be a big month to cover the inauguration, and tomorrow is the Gotti and Shannon bond hearings. So tomorrow, as far as the bond hearings, I'm going to have to play catch up because tomorrow I'm definitely prepping for my deposition. Wednesday the same. So the thing is, I usually have the stuff playing in the background. I'll see. Oh, the client's actually coming to the office tomorrow, so we'll see. In the afternoon, I'll try and catch up. But we'll eventually get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's see. All right. So who's Valerie? There's somebody. You know what? Crime TV. There's so much going on that I cannot always keep up with the names, but yeah, we'll eventually get there. We'll get there. All right, come on, folks.
Personal records of mine.
We're not dealing with a privilege through a witness.
And I'm not, no, I'm not dealing with privilege. What we had offered to put them in camera for the court to review, and I just want to know if she has any
That's not
problem.
something to deal with a witness.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to file as part of your job something called an income and financial
I guess she's just gonna give up. Is she knitting or are those zippers? I don't know.
disclosure
I'm
report, correct?
nosy.
That's correct.
And you filed your first one, so you filed 2 today, is that right?
Is it 2 or 3? I probably would have filed 21, 22, and maybe I haven't filed 23 yet because isn't it due like June of the next year?
April, I believe. So you filed, let's see, you filed your first one, it looks like April 15th, 2022, and your second one, April 17th, 2023. Does that sound familiar?
That I don't remember the dates, but you're an officer of the court. I'm gonna hope you're telling the truth now.
What on earth? What do you mean now? When must you have a lying?
You may.
Thank you. I already gave the state a copy, exhibit 20 and 21, if you take a look at those. They were part of the certified records.
Can somebody bring me some? Yeah.
Okay, so Brooklyn says don't pause, talk over. When I talk over, can you guys actually hear what I'm saying? I don't know.
Guys are getting a little old.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause. So Brooklyn is pretty much like FFS. FFS hates the pausing too. I cannot help myself, you guys. All right, Fani with the
Yes.
bifocals.
Yes, ma'am.
Those are the ones that you filed.
This looks like me for sure.
All right,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Brooklyn, I'll try.
We've moved to admit 20 and 21.
I think you need to delineate which one's which
20
one's which.
is 2021, so it
All right.
accounts for the
Let's put
time
on
period,
time.
Your Honor, January the 1st, 21 through December the 31st, 2021. That is Defendant's Exhibit 20. Defendant's Exhibit 2021, it accounts for the time period, January the 1st, 2022 through
Okay.
December the 1st of 2022.
All right. Any objection to exhibits 20 and 21
Nope,
No.
sorry.
from other counsel?
What?
Submitted without objection.
When did your personal relationship with Mr. Wade end?
Okay, good question.
Our personal relationship ended in this year.
When?
So let's be very clear so that we don't mix words. I don't want to mix words in here. Mr. Wade is my friend right now. Mr.
Your
Wade,
friend.
I would say, has been my friend since 2020. I think he started out as like a mentor and a professional colleague.
Okay.
He became my friend and somebody that I really respected. I feel very indebted to
I was gonna say something very inappropriate, but I'm glad I I caught myself.
Mr. Wade for taking on the task of this job. And he is certainly my
failed.
friend and one of the people that I respect the most. So if you ask about a personal relationship,
Uh-huh.
I consider myself to have a personal relationship right now, Mr. Wade. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Anna Cross. I consider myself to
Girl, you absolutely know that's not what Ashley is getting at. Oh my
have a
goodness.
personal relationship with Mr. Abadi. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with
Abadi.
Andrew Evans.
Okay, let me
And
just
so
clarify that
I
before we
have
go.
a personal relationship with him as we speak right now.
A romantic,
I don't think that's what you're asking. I think that's what
romantic
you're asking.
relationship. When did your
Yeah, so I guess maybe Ashley should have asked a better question. Ah, my goodness.
romantic relationship with Mr. Wade end? Did it
My,
end?
me and Mr. Wade, we are good friends.
Okay.
Uh,
Give him top sometime.
my respect for him has grown over these 7 weeks of attacks.
Oh,
We
they
are
got
very good
closer.
friends. I think, but for these
Trauma
attacks,
bonding.
it would have been a friendship that, as life goes, you would have stopped having. I think that you have cemented that we'll be friends to the day we die.
Let's.
Could we just have an answer to the question?
I can handle.
Yeah. Because I mean, obviously, Ashley has no control over the witness. Let's see. Laugh says, I'm still at work and I have this playing on my phone. And listening to a funny talk is cringe. But I think it's more than that. There has to be a word. I would like to believe, okay? I would like to believe somewhere in the Oxford Dictionary, there's a word that encapsulates what we have witnessed from Fani Willis and her office. I do not know what that word is because I've not seen this before, but I'm pretty sure that word exists in the English language. Let's say ironing boards. Oh, I'm sorry. Old bag. Old bag says let's not mix work, not even love, it's pleasure and top and sucking. So so yeah. Hey Tat. So we have Tat Clouds, I think. What's up? Okay. So Brooklyn says, is she having a relationship with Abate? She's obviously just trying here's the thing. I think she wanted Ashley to go ahead and just say it. Okay, basically, don't dance around the question. She wants her to ask the question that she intends to ask or would like to ask. But it's, I don't know, that now that I think about it, is she, I guess, is she intimidated? Is she treading cautiously? What's going on? Like, you have to, yeah, I don't know. She's being overly cautious. I don't like that. I don't like that. You need to come up with guns blazing. Okay, so Old Bag says we're good friends. I did 50 big and more than once. Shout out to Funny. Big shout out to Funny though. Big shout out to the great philosopher or questionable philosopher, controversial philosopher, the Fani Willis. Um, okay, so Tat, hey boo, I told I told Esso you're coming, you're going to love her laugh. All right, big shout out to Tat. Big shout out to Tat Clouds. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us. Brooklyn says that's what I thought. Salad. You know, my mind is not right. When you're saying salad, I'm thinking about something else. I'm going to stop myself right there. All right. And Laugh is saying that 6 people have not hit that like button. Okay. Do something. All right. Ted says an absolute mess to keep it simple. Talking too much without making a point. Obviously, she's just rambling. She's rambling. Laugh, I got that. I appreciate it. Yeah. You know what, Ted? You can watch the replay. All right. You can watch the replay. Let's see. All right. Let's get into this.
Well, let's just say that. Let's have it.
She asked about personal relationship.
She asked when the romantic relationship ended. That's the question.
It's sometime in, I'd say late summer of 2023. So I don't believe in, this is what you're really asking about. This is the salaciousness of all of this, right?
No, I'm just asking about your romantic
Just
relationship.
answer
when
the
you stopped dating.
question.
I'm asking.
I think that me and Mr. Wade,
Shout out to
so he's
Greg.
a man, he probably would say June or July.
All right.
I would say we had a tough conversation in
Tough
August.
conversation. Okay, what was the nature of that tough conversation? You guys should have had, listen, while you're out there giving this man top, you should have had that tough conversation. You should have had the tough conversation before you brought him on as as special counsel, especially considering that he has zero experience. Okay, he has zero experience defending the charges that she brought against Donald Trump and his cronies. Okay, and that's also, oh my goodness, this woman. Let me leave Funny alone. I want to laugh, but I want to have a good time. But Funny Willis is really, 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 really frustrating me. So let's get into it.
So that men in relationships at the end of physical intimacy, women in relationships when that tough conversation takes place.
So listen, I stand corrected. There's somebody correcting me in the chat, baby. They said, you mean how Fani's vagina ruined her career? Don't blame. She said, don't blame the little fireman. I mean, it takes 2 to tango. I don't know. I just thought, I personally think, let me see. I guess tomorrow when we do the part 4, I'm going to rename it to how Fani Willis' vagina almost ruined her career. I think penis. I like the word penis. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there.
And where, when did he come to, I guess, the condo? I'm not sure what you called it, condo apartment.
That's funny, though. That cracked me up.
Would he come and stay at that condo or visit you there? I'm sorry, visit you there.
What condo, what apartment? I want to be clear.
So not your house. I know you classified one as house and one as condo, so I'm trying to use those terms.
So there's been more. See, what you don't understand is because of this case, I got to move. And so I
If you could ask a more precise question.
yes, please give me the time period.
Yeah.
Mr. Wade visits you.
Right. You need to. And here's the thing. Obviously, Ashley is directing. I don't know, these emojis are cracking me up. Like, I don't know. You guys know that I'm easily tickled. But let me let me stick to I know why I'm laughing. I know I really do not know why I'm laughing, but the emojis are cracking me up. So if we go back to Ashley, obviously Ashley is directing. She's directing. She's not really directing Funny. Funny is controlling, taking control of the direct examination. But I would like to think that if she asked more pointed questions, she could possibly, had she done, obviously this thing is over, but had she asked more direct and pointed questions, Fanny would not have been able to, weasel her way out of the questions as she's been doing here. So, yeah.
At the place you laid your head.
When?
Has
Right.
he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
Right. And that's the thing. It's important to have, if she came, because to me, now that I think about it, let me finish one thought. That's the thing. I'm always jumping. I'm always jumping from thought to thought. If she had, if what's her name again? Ashley had targeted, direct, pointed questions, Fanny would have had a harder time, weaseling her way out of the questions. But I'm also, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I have a fresh perspective on this hearing, right? I'm inclined to believe that this was more of a fishing expedition. And the reason why I'm saying that is because unless Ashley just really does not know how to ask questions, okay? I'm going to give you an example. So usually for felonies, okay, I don't know if it applies to all states across the board. I'm not familiar with court proceedings in all 50 states, but typically for felonies, prior to trial, you would have something called a probable cause hearing. That's what's called in one of the jurisdictions I practice in. I practice in another jurisdiction, and it was called something completely different. I don't remember what it was called because in that state, I was only a public defender for. I know you guys know I'm a serial job quitter, but I was only a public defender for 6 months. I did not really, get into. I was in the trenches, but I was not in the trenches like that. Okay, so we're just gonna go with the term probable cause hearing. Okay, usually during a probable cause hearing, I would say that attorneys in criminal courts tend to treat that as a deposition. Here's what I mean by that. Um, it's usually a fishing expedition. During my probable cause hearings, I was fishing for information. I was trying to figure out what information the prosecution may have had. And under those circumstances, obviously, I am not as cautious as I otherwise would be at trial, right? Because at trial, you really want to have a tight hold on the testimony that a witness gives, or even, by that I mean both cross and direct examination. So I am led to believe that when Ashley Merchant was asking questions of Fani, just because they're not on point, they're not direct, because I would think that she would have at least the timelines, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So this was more of a fishing expedition. She was trying to find more information than what she had. All right, let's go. Let's go.
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here.
Oh my goodness, Funny. Like I had paused to give you time, and this is what we get back to.
You laid your head.
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth.
Judge,
It is a lie. It is a lie.
Ms. Willis? Mr. St. I thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes.
No, now they're taking.
Be back in 5.
Yeah, the judge. I don't know. McAfee should have. He should have done a better job. Let's go back. We need to go back. Let's. Man, I don't know, somebody, an English major, somebody, please go to the English dictionary, direct us. There's a word, there has to be a word in the Oxford Dictionary that can encapsulate what we have witnessed out of Fulton County. There absolutely must be a word because uh, this type of conduct, I don't know.
And it's because of this case, I gotta move. And so I
I went
Place
back.
you laid your head.
when.
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied in this, let me tell you which one you lied in, right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth.
Judge,
And it is a lie. It
We're
is
gonna-
a lie.
Ms. Willis?
You said,
Mr. St. Thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Be back in 5.
Sheesh. Okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at Ashley's what is this? Her image. I was looking at an image on the
Take 5
screen
minutes.
and she
Be back
absolutely looks defeated.
in 5.
So there. That expression. So she definitely she allowed Fani to take control of the testimony, which is absolutely unacceptable because she is supposed to be not only controlling her but directing that testimony. That is her witness. Okay, she's the one that got her on the stand, or Mr. Roman or whoever it is that filed that motion. Okay, but I think, I mean, just Judge McAfee definitely should have done a better job of controlling the courtroom. But again, um, Ashley did a very poor job. All right. So let's see. Oh, and I was looking here. Listen, let's take a look at Fani Willis eyeshadow. I'm sorry, I'm so
We're
random.
going to take 5 minutes.
When I was looking at eyeshadow, I'm like, today or tonight, when I go 50 big, I need to pull out the eyeshadow, baby. I need to do something. So Brooklyn says, don't use the word in the subject. It will get strike. I don't think so. The word, I would like to believe that it's part of human anatomy. So I don't know that it should be, but I mean, I'll go with Brooklyn. I don't think that word should get people striked, but I'll leave it there. Um okay, so old bag, I forgot. I'm so behind with the chat. I don't even know. I know I know what old bag's referring to. And then laugh said, that is the emoji for your laugh. Oh, really? I don't know. I know why. I know why I'm laughing, but it's okay. Let's get back in here. Let's get back in here. Brooklyn says it is aggressive or soft and collected. What are you referring to? And then Voice of Reason says unresponsive and avoiding. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. But again, it's one of those things as when you are an attorney, I guess. I don't know. When you're an attorney, though, and this is your witness, and you're either directing or cross examining that witness, you need to take control of that person because you are the attorney. As much as, Fani Willis is the head honcho, she's the district attorney, whatever. I still think that. Who's this? Brooklyn says I skipped one line. What did I skip? What did I skip? Um, yeah, I still think Ashley should have done a better job of, just controlling Fani.
Be back in 5.
This is so chaotic. I love chaos, okay? You guys know that I love chaos, but this unacceptable. All right, let's go.
may I go to the bathroom?
What did you say? All right, Funny and her kitten heels. I wear kitten heels actually. I wear kitten heels. Those are my actually. I know, random story, but when I was much younger and I was looking at images of Michelle Obama in kitten heels because that used to be a thing. I'm like, girl, why are you wearing kitten heels? Like, put some stilettos on. But as I got older, I'm like, yeah, that's, if you're trying to preserve your knees, you're trying to preserve your knees for other business, you probably should be putting should be wearing kitten heels. All right, let's see. Let's see. When does she get back? Let's see. Let's look at that interaction there. I cannot really. Oh, she's shaking her head. She's definitely rattled. She did not get everything um that she was looking for. Yeah, she looks upset. The whole thing. I don't know. Let's And listen, big shout out to Flesh of the Gods though, because Flesh of the Gods showed me how to rewind and fast forward. Because prior to this, I just used to move my cursor around. So big shout out to him. All right, let's go. I know, is Greg here? I know Greg is on a different timeline though. So yeah, Greg is on a different timeline. All right, we're gonna fast. Oh, what chaos! What chaos! What chaos! All right, let's go. All right, we're back. We are back. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So Brooklyn says, I'd like to see your style in crossing. Is it aggressive or soft? When I come up here, like eventually when you guys find out who I am, just know that I do have a Cali award in trial practice. Okay. So that's, I don't know what exactly it's awarded to somebody. Let me see. Let me see. Let me look it up quickly. I'm pretty sure they have. Okay, so a Cali award. Let's go over there. So the Cali Excellence for the Future Award recognizes excellence achieved by law students in their studies. The award is given to the student with the highest grade in the class as determined by the instructor. Okay. So in any event, I do have a Cali award in trial practice, but in any event, let's go on. Let me answer the question. Now I'm acting like 50 big. When I first started out, right? When I first started out, again, I started out as a prosecutor, right? When I started out, I used to be pretty aggressive, but I quickly learned that when you're trying to get information from somebody that is not favorable to you, I would have to take a different approach. What I mean by that is, as a prosecutor, um, there are only a few people that are going to be favorable to you, which are a few people. I mean, a few witnesses. The victim, if you have one, um, and oftentimes police officers. Other than that, you are kind of sinking. Um, Once in a while, not once in a while, a lot of times I had to question folks that, were entangled in the law, usually co-defendants, things of that nature. So I quickly learned, because I remember I have an image of, he was a criminal defendant. I believe, if I remember correctly, I remember what this man's, what he looked like. I cannot remember his name because a lot of time has lapsed. But that's when I changed my style, um, because I figured that if I was, he actually took the stand. He took the stand in his own defense. So I switched my style to be a bit more softer, because I realized that if the friendlier I am, not just to defendants, but the friendlier I am to witnesses, the more likely I am to get the responses that I want, because they would incorrectly assume that I was their friend, even though I was not. But the other, or at least another occurrence that caused me to change my style is because at the time when I was a prosecutor, oh my goodness, the public defender and I would go at it all the time. All the time. It was constant objection. It was constant objections. We were butting heads. And I just realized that that style of aggression, it is it would wear me down. And if I was in this for the long haul, I had to find a different approach. So my style tends to be softer, but I am also firm, if that makes sense. I'm firm in the sense that I don't let witnesses escape. To date, I cannot think of a witness that has been able to weasel their way out of answering questions. But again, I do write, as I said before, I I do pre-write my direct and my cross. So provided I stick to my script, it tends to go well. So yeah, it's I started out aggressive and then I'm a bit more friendlier, more soft now. All right, look at Laugh, you guys. She's trying to get those likes up, baby. Thank you, Laugh. Then Brooklyn says, closing my spell check is going crazy. Uh, in court, yeah, I think, let me know. I think I answered your question, right? Do, 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 do. Da, da, da. And then Ted says, congratulations. And so old bag says, where did you go to college? You're gonna find me. So I don't know if how do I answer that? How do I answer that? How do I answer that? I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that, but I can tell you that I have I have more than one law degree. Let me put it that way. What I can tell you is that my dream college was actually to go to Tulane, which, because you guys know, this is no secret, but I used to live in the South, right? My dream was to go to Tulane. I got into Tulane, and then last minute I changed my mind. Last minute I changed my mind, and I still regret. To this day, I still regret not going to Tulane. So, had I gone to Tulane, my man and I would be together right now. I'm just joking. I'm joking, but I do love New Orleans. That's my favorite city. That's my favorite city in all of, in all of America. I am going to Cuba. I know Jasmine's not going to like that fact about me, but I am going to Cuba. I'm going to Cuba in February. We'll see how I like Cuba. All right, so that might be the reason I'm saying that. It's because that might actually end up being one of my favorite cities. So let's see. Brooklyn says, I think she went to Georgetown or something like that. Why do you think that? Oldbeck, what year did you graduate? The voice. There we go. We have a voice of reason. Yeah, I'd like to listen. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. The voice of reason. I appreciate it. No, that is true. That is true. I'd like to continue to be anonymous so that I can come up here and cut up and act a fool. No, old bag. The internet's not a real place. This is not a safe place. Okay. I mean, this space that we've created for sure is safe, but I think though, maybe I do plan on going solo in maybe 18 months. So around that time when I'm not working for somebody else, things might change. But then again, I'd like to remain anonymous. We'll see. We'll see. Uh Old Bag says it's really hard to argue with voice of reason. But she could be the voice of fun. That's funny. All right, let's go in here, folks. We have like 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna put my thaw outfit on. I'm gonna get my baby in bed. I'm gonna put my kid to bed, and it's up from there, baby. 50 big. All right, come on, folks. Come on. And shout out to Jerome and the replay crew. No, random. In like a few years, my dream was actually to go to college with my baby. Like when my baby goes to college, I wanted to go back and enroll in school. That was my plan. And the reason why that was my plan is because, anyways, let me leave it at that. But in the next 5-6 years, I might actually do SJD. I don't know, Brooklyn. Do you have any interest in SJD? I want to do SJD. That is just a doctorate in law, right? That would be an easier route. And the reason for that is because I have not published anything. I should have had one publication by now with one of my law school. Oh, I need to get Johnson. I forgot to get her gift. I need to order her a Christmas gift before I put my stripper outfit on. Shout out to all strippers. Shout out to all the strippers. But yeah, I was considering SJD because that's the easier route, I guess, for people that are already attorneys. But I have considered getting a doctorate in criminology. If it's not criminology, it's probably going to be women's studies or African American studies or something along those lines. But I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. So Brooklyn says, I think you are a strong orator. I don't know. Quick thinker, emotional. I think this is orator though, because that's public speaking. That's what it means. I have, like I said, when I was around 27, I had a medical procedure that left me with a lisp. I mean, I used to stutter before, but sometimes I have a hard time saying words, especially words that require me to roll my tongue. But I'm not retarded. I shouldn't be saying that word. That's a terrible word to say. So I'm not, let me leave it at that. Yeah, but I do have a lisp that I just have something wrong with my mouth. Let me leave it at that. Quick thinker, emotionally compelling. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you. Old bag, old bag says baby oil. I heard Johnson. That's you'll have to go through all law schools to go find a professor named Johnson. Then you'd have to figure out if Johnson's male, female, or if they identify as something else, and that's a common name. All right, that's why I had no problem. I had no problem saying his or her last name. Anyways, what was I saying? No, not baby oil. I need to go get. I have. There's some stuff here. There's some stuff that has what is it called? It's some type of oil. It's not baby oil. Hold on. I bought it. I think it's made by, isn't it made by Vaseline? I'm gonna look it up. Now you guys are now old bag knows I've always some type of oil. Let me find it. Right. It is Vaseline. Look it up, old bag. Shout out to Target. They're selling it for $7.99. Walmart has it for 15.85. I don't know, is that the same bottle? But it's Vaseline. It's called Cocoa Radiant. It's some type of gel. It's apparently for it's body gel oil, body oil. I don't even know what that is. It's made with 100% pure something. I'd have to click on the link. I don't want to click on the link. But that stuff smells so good. It smells like cocoa butter. Yeah, tongue twisters. But it's not just that. I had a procedure that just, a botch procedure that left me with a speech impediment. And then Laugh says, I hope you have I hope you have a good 50 nut, baby. This is going to be 50 big, 50 big. Old Bag says, obviously rub it on my body, take some pictures. I definitely cannot reveal my face after all this mess that I've said on here. But I mean, I'm human. All right. I'm human. That is, whatever. And then Laugh says, go put your stripper outfit on. Shout out to all the strippers. All right. All right. How much time? All right. Let's do this for 5 minutes. I'm going to try not to pause. Let's see where we go. And then, all right, come on, Fani. And then, as far as tomorrow's proceedings are concerned, I believe somebody had mentioned that the proceedings will be in Judge McBurney, or at least either Yak or SB will be in Judge McBurney's courtroom. So that's what I will be playing in the background. But you guys can send me links. My email, I want a real lawyer at gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat. So that's just gonna streamline things and we can get into it tomorrow. I don't laugh. Laugh is so funny. Laugh says, I cannot roll my tongue at all. I've never learned how to. Yeah. I know. I mean, I could, but they let me botch. I probably should have sued them, but yeah. Orator. Speaker. All right, come on, folks. Come on. I have 5 minutes. I know. What are we doing for New Year's Eve? What are you guys doing? How are you bringing in the new year? Because we can be on here, being a mess, being a mess and laughing. All right, come on, I'm gonna fast forward. All right, McAfee. I do not know how any of these people don't have unbearable stress. I don't know how. But she brought this mess upon herself. All right, fast forward. What's going on? Fani, what's going on? What's going on? I need to play that again. What's going on? She is definitely not okay. She's talking to herself, cussing them out, talking under her breath. What is going on, Fani? Yeah, these people do not like peace. They do not like peace. All right. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
What did you say? What?
Yeah. Back on the record.
All right.
Before we proceed, though, I advise everyone here, this being a room mostly full of lawyers who have spent their lives in a courtroom.
Right.
We all know what professionalism looks like, what decorum looks like, and devoting ourselves to the rule of law and proper advocacy. I would urge everyone to keep those principles in mind.
All right.
Starting with the fact that we won't talk over each other.
Okay.
And from there, we'll get through this. Ms. Merchant.
The
Thanks,
judge,
Judge.
the judge said we will get through this, and he kind of looked up. He does not sound convincing, but okay, come on, let's see. He said what?
We'll get through this. Miss Merchant.
Very hopeless, 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 hopeless.
Judge. How often did Mr. Wade visit you
All right.
at a place where you were living between 2019 and 2021?
So you want to start
There we go. That is a better question. All right. With a time frame. That is a better question.
with the lie that he lived with me in South Fulton in 2019?
I'm just answer the question.
Home he's never been to. That's one lie you told in your
Judge,
document. No,
Judge, I didn't ask her about that.
Exactly. Just answer the question. Let's move on.
Miss Merchant, I want you to ask a very precise question. I think she's saying and answering that he did not live with her. So why don't we break that up into smaller
Ever.
I
parts?
didn't ask about living.
but you
Right.
put in your, while we're talking about
Oh my goodness. Ugh. All right.
professionalism, no, while we're talking about professionalism,
All right, let's try again. We're gonna give Fani another chance.
she put in 3 different documents
Oh,
he
she'll
lived
have
with me
full opportunity to respond.
In
and
2000
filed that with the court.
in
professional.
2019,
He's never been to South Fulton.
Ugh.
In 2019, I lived in South Fulton. He has never been to my residence in 2019, ever, not once.
All right.
in 2019, he's never been to your residence, any place.
I lived in my home in South Fulton before I started getting the threats that were here, a house I paid for with my own sweat and tears. I'm no longer able
Right.
to live there. But in
Shout out to all
2019,
the
I did.
strippers.
And in the 2 months of 2019 that I knew Mr. Wade, 3 months, the beginning of October, all of November, and all
All
of
right.
December, Mr. Wade never came to my house in South Fulton. Let me help you out. I lived there in 2020. He never came to my house in 2020, let alone live with me, as you put falsely in these documents. In the first 3 months of 2021, when I could still enjoy my home, Mr. Wade never came to South Fulton, and it is certainly a lie that he lived with me.
All right, how
So
do you
in
respond?
2020, so you said 2019. 20,
And that Ashley is defeated. She has 0 control of the narrative.
20. Did Mr. Wade ever visit you at a place that you
He has
resided?
never been to my home in South Fulton.
I don't know. How's South Fulton different from Fulton County for the folks that actually live there? We're gonna stop that here. I wanted to stop on a good note, but Funny, Funny has me stressed out. Okay, Funny has me stressed out. So let's see. All right, so it's 8:13 p.m. You guys know. I'm about to do a 50 big. Okay, I'm about to go 50 big. So I need to put my baby to bed. I need to iron, and then I'm gonna go 50 big. So tomorrow is what, Tuesday? Tomorrow is Tuesday. So Tuesday is good. I think tomorrow we can do our regular time. We can start tomorrow. We can definitely start at 9 p.m. I don't know what's better though. I don't know if it's 8:30 or if it's 9 p.m. I don't know what works. I'll schedule it for 8:30, and then I guess we'll see. I'll schedule it for 8. No, let's schedule it for 9. We'll schedule it for 9 so that I can iron. I need to iron before I get on the live, right? I think that makes better sense. So tomorrow, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then we're going to be on Nathan Wade's genitals for a bit. No. Actually, tomorrow it depends. If the proceedings in Yak and SB's case, proceed, then that's what we are going to focus on. Okay, if they don't proceed, then we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back on Nathan's nuts. All right. Okay, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic time. Hang out with me. You come back tomorrow. We'll do our thing. Jerome. I am just logging off, but I can give you I'm such a sucker. I'm such a sucker. Jerome, I need you to come up here. I'll give you 5 minutes. You're gonna have to watch the replay. But Jerome, I send the link. Come up here. We started early, and I'm just ending this. I'm ending this. Let me see. I did not actually catch up with all these. Jerome, I'm giving you like a minute. Okay. Man, even Diggy was here. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Like, how did I miss everything? Okay, so we have Diggy in here. We have Diggy in here. How did I miss? Shout out to Diggy. How did I miss all these chats? How did I miss all these chats? What on earth is going on? So Brooklyn says when Trump's case was in New York with Stormy Daniels, the DA wanted to know every position. What are you referring to? I guess I'll wait for Brooklyn to reply. Diggy, go up there and read all the comments. I might at one point there'll come a point where I'll probably need a moderator because I did good. I did good trying to keep up with the chat for a little bit, but I could have done better. Diggy says Fani is firm. Baby, that girl, she said she did 50 big, okay? I don't know why that cracks me up, but it really does. She did 50 big. Exactly. We did have a gender reveal. We had a gender reveal. We had a gender reveal. And good night, Voice of Reason for Jerome. Real Thing changed her name to Voice of Reason, and that name suits her perfectly. Oh, you know I'm gonna have fun, Voice of Reason, and I'm still gonna send you that email. I'm gonna send you that email. It's just I don't do a good job of opening my laptop though, because this is my personal laptop, and most of the times I am on my work laptop. And unlike Fani, I did not mix business with pleasure. All right. Jerome says, I'm way behind, about to jump in the shower. I thought you're starting at 8:30. I was starting at 8:30, but I'm doing a 50 big at 8:30. So so I started earlier because I did not want to I don't want to miss a live. I'd like to go 12. I want to go to a full 12 months, with live. Some of the lives will be pre-recorded, but I'd like to go every day and see what happens. Let's see. Jasmine made me. Yeah, I mean the name suits you. The name suits you. Ooh-wee. Brooklyn says, should I change my name to Alpha Male? I don't know. How do we vote? How do we vote? Voice of Reason says, take your time with the emails. Thank you. I appreciate that. Greg, I am so sorry. I had to start early. I had to start early because some of my things did not go as planned today. My man had ran into some troubles trying to get his passport application squared away, so that just delayed everything. So that, like, we were supposed to do some stuff, okay? We're supposed to do some stuff. I'm gonna be telling him sweet nothings. So I just figured he had errands to run. So I figured I was like, okay, start early and then just switch things around. And then Brooklyn said, happy birthday to your man. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And then Jerome says, love the family. You're growing. Appreciate the support. Thank you guys for watching. You guys could be doing some other stuff out here, but you're hanging out with me. Actually, now that I think about it, as it comes to Tat, I think it's Tat, right? Let me go back. Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, I don't have my glasses on, and I cannot always tell the letters apart because I have astigmatism. What that means is that my vision is blurry. All right. I'm getting into more details. In anyways, yeah, so Tat and Laugh, but eventually I do get this channel monetized. Flesh is gonna help me with that. But I'm gonna need like one of those outrageous laughing. Actually that's on point. I need like an outrageous laughing. What are they called? Badge? Are they called badges? What are they called? I don't know, one of those little personalized emojis. Okay. So yeah, I am getting my oil, baby, and I am doing 50 big. 50 big. In any event, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. As always, it's been a pleasure. Jerome, Greg, the replay crew, big shout out to everybody, okay? Shout out to everybody. All right, so have a good night. Tomorrow, we're going to do regular time. Regular time is 9 p.m. That way, when I get on the live, I would have already ironed, okay? I think that makes sense. I would have already ironed. All right, folks, I really, I need to go. I need to go because I need to get the kid in the bed. I need to get the kid in the bed. And then I'm gonna go 50 big. You guys can tell I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm really excited. So all right. So old bag says don't slip while dancing with that. Baby, my scripper outfit is about to come out. I need a Shein sponsorship. I need a Shein sponsorship. Okay, so Ted says it stands for Tatiana. I actually love that name. I love that name. All right, folks, I'm really out. I'm out. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. Good night. Bye.